God, I love
Uh,
that. Great emote, Neff. Shout out to
thank you.
Chance.
Yeah, let's go, Chance. Now, they did. I think Dark Mago's been playing this one a lot this tournament. It seemed to be one of his favorite heroes to play in the mid lane on the current patch.
There
A
it
lot of
is.
burst damage, but yeah, Mars finally picked up. You mentioned that one. It just makes too much sense to clearing out these spiders, especially with the Keep of the Light here, right?
I just don't understand how this was not prioritized more. I mean, maybe they're really worried about giving
10 seconds.
like Luna or something to the other team, but I feel like Mars is just such a disaster for the Broodmother to play into. That being said, we've seen Broodmothers win the lane multiple times when we didn't think it should. Like, if they have one death early on, the Mars really starts to fall behind. And with the Keeper of the Light to give them those spawn Spiderlings spam even more effective at level 6, you can push the Mars out. It's more about what Mars offers in the mid game and the late game to the Brood, because it's not a hero that wants to build a BKB. And anytime you find the Broodmother, it's just that immediate blink into that arena. You can pin that Brood up, lock them down, and find those kills. But Beast Coast apparently aren't afraid. They don't care about the God of War.
No. You might be forced to build a BKP this game, though, on the Broodmother to get out of these arenas. I mean, it's going to suck rebuilding your army because those spiders are not getting out of there. But at the very least, your hero will stay alive.
I mean, those
They'll
spiders
fight
are just
another
dead
day.
to a God's Rebuke no matter what, like, right? So I think you just have to go pipe first item and protect them at least from the Leshrac or something, and try and kite the Mars around the map.
Yeah. My favorite part of all this is the God's Rebuke coming out and just lagging the server for a moment when it connects with all the spiders.
Every single
They all
time,
die.
yeah.
Yeah.
The server just dies immediately.
Mm-hmm. Too many units moving. 40 seconds left here on their last ban. They opt to get rid of the Spectre, which makes sense. I mean, you talked about this in the last series. It's why you didn't think it would be a very good Spectre pick for very good Leshrac pick for Undying, because they already had Eternal Envy on that Spectre. Just buy a Blade Mail, sit on top of the Leshrac. That's your farm, right? Just go from farming every time Haunch is off of cooldown, you commit on the Leshrac. Not much he's able to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in the team fights.
5 seconds remain.
Makes sense to me. Also decent at jumping the Winter Wyvern on the backline. We talked about that in some post-game interviews. It is valued quite a bit here. Beast Coast would love to have it. We'll see if they end up grabbing. Some sort of jump would be useful here. I'm not sure what's going to give you that capability to take this into the late game, though. I know
Must choose.
Templar Assassin on the other side. I'm thinking something with jump, definitely. You need to have a way to take out this Winter Wyvern. You got a lot of magical damage, so it's not like him staying alive in these fights is the end of the world. But if you could like somehow initiate on the Winter Wyvern at the start, you'd hugely benefit from that. Magnus is going to make that harder, though.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, for some reason our overlay is bugged. It's showing Undying instead of Furia, and I see a bunch of people panicking in chat, being like, "Oh my God, why isn't?" It's clearly not Undying. It's Furia that is in this game. But yeah, ignore the overlay. Not really sure what's going on there. It is just bugged for the moment, and not a whole lot we can do. We'll address that between games. So please stop panicking.
No.
No, it's full panic mode. I love the Magnus pick here, though. This is really sick. Another hero that does well into the Brood, but it's also a great mid matchup into the Tiny.
They could match any of these heroes in the mid at this point. The Leshrac, Mars, and Magnus could go safe lane, off lane, or mid lane, and it wouldn't really matter. I think right now your main concern is
okay, it is
what's going to be the best. Yeah, it's going to be like what is best against the Bristleback here, and like yes, it would have been. It's going to be good against the Tiny. It's going to be Bristleback in the mid, right? Wait, no.
No, that's
PP.
Mariano.
Yeah, it's PP.
So like I said, Schofield loves playing the Dark Willow, so it is going to be safe lane on the Bristleback, and Dark Willow will be played on the 4 position by Schofield, which isn't that surprising. The Furia squad, I'm guessing, yeah, Sexy Fat's going to be on the Mars. We're going to be seeing a safe lane Magnus up into the Broodmother, which I'm curious which support they decide to lane with it.
10 seconds.
I would imagine with Winter Wyvern, you have enough slow to set up some skewer backs So you do have to be careful of that on both Dark Willow and the Brood. But yeah, Leo will be picking up the Magnus for his team.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, the Bristleback, I feel like it's going to scale into the late game of this match pretty well. You end up getting a Silver Edge on these heroes. Probably the Magnus this game. He's going to struggle a little bit, but I don't know. It's hard to say who I prefer here. You don't have a traditional carry on the side of Furia, and Bristleback will kind of serve that purpose for you pretty well. And the Tiny is going to scale into late game as well. But you have so many good counters to the Broodmother here. I'm just not sure how she's going to function. Like, that's one of the issues about picking it up so early in the draft, right? I mean, you mentioned time and time again, Mars, it needs to be picked up to counter out this Broodmother, but they didn't end up banning it out in the second phase when they had the opportunity to. If Magnus, if Mars doesn't get things done, Magnus can just cleave them down. You get yourself an Echo Saber, and I think you can just kill all the spiders, no questions asked. 2 auto attacks, big cleave, and it's just gone.
Abomination. You got rocks.
Prepare yourselves for the main event.
Right. Stinger gonna DC for a minute. I have no idea what they're talking about. You speak Spanish, right? Cool. Just making sure. So yeah, Leshrac gonna head to the mid lane here. I imagine this matchup is going to be pretty favored towards the Tiny. He just has so much more base damage to work with. You can end up getting a lot of harass off of the Lightning Storm and Split Earth, but against this guy, he's got Quelling Blade. You got the bonus from Tree Grab. You should be able to harass and prevent him from contesting a lot of CS with the Avalanche. It's gonna be easy matchup here for PP. Both these players are on ping, I believe, which is just unfortunate. But I think it's a little bit better from Peru than it is Brazil. So, or slightly favored that way. Just the routing from Brazil and whatnot allows you to have some spikes and whatnot once in a while. But yeah, Whisper and Schofield heading up into the top lane. They did have Schofield playing position 1 the other day.
"30 seconds and counting."
We'll see if there's any blood here in the first round. Looks like Schofield's interested in contesting. They might be able to catch him out. I'll drop the Bramble Maze here. If he sees 3 heroes, I'll think better of it and just want to turn around, though. Might be forced to Shadow Realm here. Yeah, I'll just get back. Ends up being 3 for 1 now. Furia coming out on top. But yeah, interestingly on the first couple of waves, the mid lane will go. Again, I do think that it's pretty tiny favored here. But just how punished the Leshrac is going to be. He ended up going 2 Fairy Fires and 3 branches here. Just trying to get as much base damage as he can at the start of the game. A bold move. Ooh, managed to grab one despite the overwhelming base damage here on PP. But take a look elsewhere for now. Magnus is doing amazing against the Broodmother in the top lane already, zoning him out. Brood sitting pretty low HP and forced to use 2 tangos. I mean, this is how this matchup's going to go. I think the Whisper's going to struggle to find much of anything in this game. It's like all about avoiding the enemies as much as possible so he doesn't just feed spiderlings. bottom lane. Mariano going to struggle the first couple of creep waves. I think if you have Nasal Goo and Quill Spray, you've got a little bit of kill potential on this lane. You can start to zone Sexy Fat and Morias out. I imagine he'll take Nasal Goo at level 2. You might get Bristle back just to like turn around, survive some harass from the enemies, but rundown potential is too good. And top lane Schofield might just drop.
Is the very definition of first blood.
First blood, and so much more shall soon be spilled.
High five to the enemy team. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. There it is. As he walks away. Mid lane still favoring Tiny a little bit, but Leshrac doing surprisingly well here. Actually only 1 CS behind at the moment. He might just recover with this creep wave. Oh my. Nice grab there. But yeah, he did end up going Nasal Goo level 1. Tries to run that Sexy Fat here on the bottom lane. If he can connect another Nasal Goo, he can't.
It's no small thing to be favored by the gods.
It's more for fun than sport.
A tithe to the impurity.
Whisper ends up going down up here in the top lane. Not surprising, he was taking a lot of harass, and Schofield getting zoned all the way back. Leo's sitting at pretty low HP.
Is now
Got to be careful of re-engaging into this one. And Duster gets zoned back by Schofield, standing his ground. Absolute Chad. Look at him dodge. You dodge a wrench, you can dodge a shockwave.
What have we here?
I was told that's the motto at the Beast Coast boot camp. They've just been forced to watch dodgeball again and again on repeat. Team bonding exercise.
Not today. All who came before me.
Yeah, did manage to catch that one. Just ended up getting hit by a God's Rebuke immediately down. Too far from the lane. So unfortunately, Bristleback not able to help him out there. Mariano could start being aggressive once he hits level 5, I think. He does need boots of speed before he's able to chase some of these heroes down. I mean, Mars is always going to be able to disengage just by throwing out a spear. By the time Bristleback catches back up to him, the Nasal Goose a lot of the time is just going to reset, so not super easy to run him down until he's got Warpath. Tidy running all the way back to base. I think he's winning right now on Leshrac.
Dire should look to their top tower.
Reading this Tiny in lane. That's super impressive here.
Dire's top tower is in danger. Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
Yeah, does to make it even more difficult by dropping the Cold Embrace here, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You'll never let me hear the end of this, will you, Jax?
Black was
There
no
is
match.
little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
I think that was yeah, Nulls did part of the damage to him there, so he just ended up getting finished off by the creeps. Whisper might just drop as well.
Let's get started.
Killing spree, double kill.
What did you expect?
So Now 1 in 6. And finally found, I managed to find a kill here on Beast Coast, but still, almost 1,000 net worth up here on Furia. And this side of the map, you know, Mars is doing pretty well against the Bristleback. They're almost neck and neck, and I feel like Bristleback should be winning this one pretty hard.
The dire scan, on the hunt for radiant forces.
And the squirrel will just be an absolute pest on Pv's way out. But driving that one, pretty big deal there on the left track. I mean, you need to try to find some of these recovery kills. 1 to 6 at the moment.
Top tower is under attack.
Being farming up the enemy's small camp here. They ping it out. They realize they think that there's vision up here, and I think they're gonna catch PP and kill him. Whisper wants to go into Duster here. The army running at him. If he finds himself in too much trouble, he can always drop the cold embrace on himself, but instead looks to turn it around, clear out half the army here.
It's alright, Neph. I've been muted the whole time.
Should look to their middle tower.
You've been muted?
Yep, I was muted the whole time. Don't worry about it.
Unfortunate.
It's alright, it's just 8 minutes. Could have been worse.
Oh. Wait, was I muted?
No, you're fine. Everyone can hear you. You're carrying the cast. It's all good.
Okay,
I'm busy dealing with all of these other problems.
Okay. Well, you know, I just I carry the cast with my looks, not my voice, my game knowledge. Let's be real here. Been out a pretty big ancient stack here on Furia. They're gonna get a couple neutral item drops, I imagine, at the same time. It's pretty slow, and Sexy Fat's taking a lot of damage here too. Yeah, to get that arcane ring last. At the same time, all right, we got a pause coming out. Duster's getting gone on by spiders in the top lane at the same time. I think Whisper's trying to take this opportunity to do as much of the tier 2 as he can. Once you have like the Blink Dagger completed on the Magnus or the Mars, like it's gonna be so easy for him to clear out this Broodmother and his army. You need to be able to get as much done as possible before that happens. But yeah, I think the later, once you get to like mid-late game here on Furia, it just becomes super easy. The Broodmother is no longer a threat. You might want to get Boots of Travels on one of these heroes. I'm not sure which one. Oh right, they already have it on Leshrac. I'm absolutely crazy. We're in the mid lane. They haven't had the opportunity to push that tower. When you were trying to go a little bit further up earlier on PP, I mean, they just ended up coming back around on him and punishing like instantly, getting the kill off onto him. So he's not having the best start so far because of that. He's sitting at 3.2k on net worth compared to Leshrac's 4.1, and it's supposed to favor you a little bit with the amount of base damage that you have. But like you said, Sooth's doing pretty well for himself so far. All right, he's going to TP down here to the bottom lane. I think bottle up some of his allies and potentially look for a kill. I mean, they do have Arena available right now.
Sorry, Neph. I'm finally able to participate in the cast now, 9 minutes into the game. Very good stuff here. Should be good though. I think I've missed every single kill so far this game, but we're online now, ready to go. Beast Coast versus Furia. I'm back in, baby.
Let's go.
All right, what's happening mid here? Tiny going down. Nice find there by Lesh and the Hoodwink. What? By the way, do you happen to know who this is on the Hoodwink player that's standing in?
On Hoodwink?
Yeah, because that is a stand-in, right? I don't recognize this player.
Oh, that's Morias from SG Energy. That's their academy team.
Okay. So I was gonna say it's normally we're missing RDO here today, so I was a little bit confused on who that was. Pushback does find Dark Willow. Channeling the Sharpshooter does not connect, but Lesh looking to chase up onto the high ground here. Gonna find him potentially. Nice pushback there from Stinger.
I'm crazy. That's Hiko. Sorry about that.
Oh,
yeah,
no worries.
you remember Hiko, right?
Yeah, I do remember Hiko. Wyvern actually pushed all the way back, but Furia got what they wanted, which was all of those stacks in the Beast Coast triangle, able to just blow those up. They TP out on Lesh, and Leo pulling PP even further underneath the tower here, does have RP available, debating on using it, holding 2 into place. Duster is here, no Winter's Curse though. The rotation into the mid lane here from Whisper, they will pick him off now, looking for more. Got to come up to Sexy Fat here. He needs to hit a nice Arena Spear combo. Incon Suits looking to take down this, yeah, he's able to find him. Gets the Broodmother. That Sharpshooter last second able to slow him down and find that kill.
I think it went out as he died there. He didn't realize it'd be turned around and killed by that final spawn Spiderlings, but he was. But Leshrac making quick work of those spiders, and I imagine this is how it's going to go for the rest of the game. He ended up being the one who bought these boots of travel, so he's going to be moving around the map, dealing with the Broodmother. A couple of kills going their way. It ends up being pretty good for morale, if nothing else. It was 6-1 before all of that. 9-3 now. I'll look to take a mid tower off of this. They've got 4 points of Diabolic Edict, but with Tiny here, you do have the threat of just being blown up. His Blink Dagger is almost done as well, so I think it's going to be his job to just like get on top of the squirrel, get on top of the Leshrac, and do as much burst damage as possible. Maybe have like the Keeper of the Light or the Dark Willow finish him off. And then any remaining health. And speaking of Dark Willow,
yeah, looking for him in the bottom lane again. Shadow Realm does not help you against the Lesh, and as much as Schofield likes playing this hero, you might regret it this game. He's just gonna get constantly ran down. And Furia started to look pretty good here so far in this game. I mean, I guess not starting. They've been looking good, and they're continuing it. The only thing you really have to worry about is this Bristleback, but they do have answers for it, I think.
they do. I mean, Magnus is going to eventually build a Silver Edge this game. That's one of the reasons why I think they picked this hero. Is a safe lane carry that doesn't mind going out of his way to build the Silver Edge.
Mars with a great TP, looking for Whisper. He actually doesn't go ahead and commit the arena, as he's instead gonna lose his Lesh in the mid lane, and now they're looking for more. Mariano chasing down Duster here on the Wyvern. No way to escape, and PP with a great avalanche toss. And for this Hoodwink as well, they can keep diving. Scurry cooling down in a second or so, but you're still surrounded. I can't imagine you escape now. Gonna get him a little more Quill Spray there and turn their attention onto this mid lane tower.
Imagine they'll clean this one up somewhat quickly. They're not able to move in and defend this one. Maybe if Leo had his Blink Dagger completed, but still 750 gold off that one. So this will give him a little bit more map control, which is much needed. Yeah, they need to be snowballing right now before these Blink Daggers start to come online, the Mars and the Magnus. It becomes very easy for Fury to get on top of your heroes and blow them up as they're trying to play around the map at that point. Broodmother, I imagine, is going to become a lot less of a factor once we're dealing with that. They're going to need to get some more aggressive vision up right now on Beast Coast as they start to play on the enemy team side of the map, though. Right now, the only thing they can see is inside the river.
That's for me.
Invasion probably happening pretty soon. I don't think they can wait for this Bristleback's Aghanim Scepter before they start to play in the enemy team's jungle, but that might be the timing that they're waiting for.
I mean, I would assume so, but you're starting to fall off kind of on Beast Coast. Like, some of these other heroes are not getting enough out of this. It's really just this Bristle, which he's going to get found in the mid lane, and they have more than enough damage to bring him down. Sexy Fat's rotation with the arena easily cleans him up. And that's what I was worried about. You know, you're dumping so many resources into this Bristle, and you've got plenty of answers for him here on the side of Furia. He's able to find that kill. No arena means Whisper is free to play in the top lane. But Leo, he just picked up his Blink Dagger, and RP is online.
Yeah, they'll look to make a kill off of this one.
He's too dang fast here on this Broodmother.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be his game.
Oh, never mind. Leo one-shotted all the spiders.
What can he do? He denies the tower, so it will open up the outpost if they choose to take it. But this is part of the logic behind this Echo Saber build. You get the 2 auto attacks off instantly with the cleave. You can clear out the spiders right away, and later you can disassemble this Echo Saber into a BKB and a Silver Edge. which are both going to be incredibly useful for this game as well. But now they're going to smoke up and look for a kill, and they find Schofield in the mid.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Sexyfat's starting to maybe get turned around on his PP, has this invis rune, looking for someone. He's going to just settle for Duster here on the Wyvern. Sexyfat, no spear for a few seconds, but Mariano, this Aghanim Scepter, is going to do a lot of work. There's the Sharpshooter channeling. Who are they aiming for? Schofield dodges it, and now you kind of blown a lot of your spells here on the side of Fury. They go ahead and RP up the Bristle, but he's still full HP. It's gotta need some more help here. Good spear though from Sexyfat, forced him to turn his back, and now PP on the run, gets caught by Leo. They even commit the Winter's Curse. They don't have mana here on the left quite yet, but they need to catch this stun. There's the Avalanche, the toss. PP trying to turn around, might be able to bring down Leo, but he gets caught by another spear from Sexyfat as they find a 4th kill.
Yeah. This game not getting any easier for them, and this is the time that you should be... I don't know. The Blink Dagger is the timing that I talked about here on Furia, but you know they don't have any items that are really supposed to help them take these fights outside of the catch. I think at this point things are only going to get worse for them. I mean, looking at win probability here, it's like a 77% chance for the Dire according to Dota Plus. And although net worth is relatively even after these last couple of team fights, I think if you can't win team fights at this point, things are going to get pretty difficult for you. You finally have the Aghanim Scepter done on the Bristleback, but you know. Once they have like the Silver Edge one on, oh god, Whisper.
Top lane, they do find him. Bottom lane, watching a kill there as well. Onto Stinger as a hasted Disco Pony just finds a kill. I saw the server like freeze for a second, so I knew it was Sexyfat killing some spiders. So I knew that was happening somewhere. But yeah, the setup there onto this Broodmother, like we talked about in the draft. This is the most dangerous hero for the Broodmother to play against in the game. There's very little you can do. You do not want to be building a BKB on this Broodmother, and right now he's actually itemizing for an Orchid, which I can't imagine is correct, Neff.
I mean, you're gonna be able to potentially run down the Leshrac or the Magnus if you have that one done, but right now Magnus is working on his BKB, Mars is working on his as well. By the time you have this Orchid complete, it's only gonna be useful against one hero, if that.
Can we just give a big shout out to Sexyfat, dude? 3-0-6 on this Mars. He has found so many big kills. Every single one of his arenas being put to good use. And just pick off after pick off with this Blink Dagger. He's owning it.
I mean, you mentioned this one at the start, like Mars is the hero that they need to get rid of. It was just so perfect for this game. Only thing you really need to complete with this Blink Dagger. Once he's got the BKB done as well, I don't know how they're going to take any sort of fights against them. You're going to need to re-itemize from this Orchid that you're currently going for. It is not going to be useful after Sexyfat has this BKB.
They're looking for Stinger. Duster saw the D ward quite fast, but not as fast as the old man on his horse. Oh, unless you get caught by a Hoodwink. Now Bushwhack just off the mark, and now they're going to turn around PP with the Avalanche Toss. Able to just blow up that Hoodwink. Sexyfat able to just blink away. Sooths went super greedy on his build here for Lesh. Bots right into a Bloodstone. Sexyfat catches an Arena and another Dark Willow. Wrap around here. Oh, they had the vision on the high ground. A Winter's Curse. Perfect setup as they're able to take down that Leshrac. And now PP ran down. Forget about this Bristleback. They got everything they want, and RP Leo gonna bring him right back. He also found the Brood! Oh no! Beastcoast just getting dominated!
Furia is running a train on them here, just kill after kill with these Blink Daggers, getting on top of them, not stopping at all. I mean, they got 120 seconds to get something done without this RP, but I'm not sure these heroes have the damage to kill anyone anymore.
I was just saying how, you know, Sooths is, you know, got a greedy Bloodstone, but, you know, now he has 18 charges, so it feels pretty good.
I mean, if he gets on top of all these heroes, he's got huge spell lifesteal. Now he's going for this BKB. And again, this Orchid from the Broodmother is not going to come out until these BKBs are done on all the cores here on Furia. You're 100 gold, or sorry, 50 gold off it right now on Mars. Magnus just completed his. So they took this last fight without having these BKBs complete. They're looking to end this game in like the next 5-10 minutes here on Furia.
Yeah, and they get these BKBs, they can force the Roche, right? There's I think that's their plan. They don't take it exceptionally fast, but they can do it with the Leshrac, and bottom lane they find Dark Willow once again. Nothing you can really do here on Schofield. He's just trying. Oh, what? Sexyfat's just playing with food at this point. Duster is stuck. So he's got to do what he can. Drops the Winter's Curse. It's not going to be enough. Sexy Vet actually pops the BKB. They're trying to take down Stinger. I don't know if that's the kill you want to go for. And Leo continuing the chase even further. They will get the Keeper of the Light, but the backside of the fight, Duster able to still stay alive since they can't actually get on top of him. They will buy back here on the Dark Will. Mariano, gotta be careful as Leo going for the TP out. Will not make it as PP takes him down with that Avalanche.
They get the kill on the main. They might find Hiko as well. He's trying to buy himself a little bit of time. He's successfully buying himself a little bit of time, but there it is. He ends up getting finished off. They split into multiple directions there, just trying to cut their losses, all their abilities, their BKBs on cooldown towards the tail end of that one. And managed to take a little bit back after that fight. XP ended up swinging like 1,200 after that team fight there on Beast Coast, but you're not going for a super late game lineup. I feel like you've already missed your timing here for the Broodmother, given what you're playing against all these people with Blink Daggers who can clear out your spiders.
They actually are going to find this Leshrac bottom, and I think he's getting a little bit too ahead of himself. He doesn't have this BKB quite yet, and PP able to just rotate right on top and blow him up. He doesn't have anything left, no mana for the Bloodstone heal, and Leshrac goes down.
Yeah. Sexy Fat was looking to reinitiate into that one, but he was there on Schofield on the back line, disabling his Blink Dagger, threw the Curse Crown onto him, so they weren't able to turn that fight around. A little bit cocky for sure. And 3,300 XP for just that kill onto the Leshrac, and about 1,400 gold swing there too.
Yeah, that was a really big one. He was, what, 9-1 and 5 previous to that, so he was having a fantastic game. They lose the tier 1 tower bottom as well. And they get a nice ward up here on this high ground, scouting these trees out. So Broodmother can play pretty free down here now, knowing if anyone's going to be trying to stalk her in these trees. Go for a little cheeky play, but at the moment, Furia have no desire to defend the tower, it seems. They are all top lane. If there is a first item Lotus Orb here on this Hoodwink.
I mean, I suppose it's an item.
It's really good against the Bristle, right? I think the issue is that getting constantly Nasal Gooed, as long as you have a way to remove those Nasal Goo stacks, you're pretty strong. And makes the Bristleback a lot less effective.
Yeah, it is just very funny seeing this as his first item. He ended up disassembling his mana boots for this one.
Wyvern just getting pelted by Roshan. In comes PP. They get the kill.
Yep. Looks like they're going to stay inside the Roche pit. They want to clear this one up. Against the RP, against an arena, I'm not sure they get to get away with this, though.
Yeah, they're just going to get a quick kill there onto the Willow. Very low commitment as well. And Leshrac, he's got to make his way over here to show up for this fight. The RP, it finds the Bristleback, the arena holding him in place, and now they're just going to turn it on. Mariano pops his BKB, but it's not in time. They get the kill, and Whisper can't get out of the arena. They find PP as well. Triple kill for Leo, and looking for more. Continuing the chase up here onto the high ground, and Stinger, you know, good attempt here on the Coddle to try and disengage. He's got a Force Staff in a couple seconds, but the damage is just too much. 5 more heroes fall, and Roshan gotta be a consideration here for Furia.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to come back up and contest this one. They'll take it way too fast here on Furia. I mean, they feel so desperate on Beast because they need to get something out of their positioning, so they go for Roshan there, but against what you're up against this RP, all these BKBs, there's absolutely no chance. I mean, Bristleback got blown up, and he's sitting at like 500 health by the time you can move again and pop his BKB, and just ends up getting finished off. It doesn't matter that he's got this Hooded Defiance and Nether Shell. They have enough physical damage to deal with him at this point.
Yeah, and there was a great arena. He just drops it, traps in both the Tiny and the Broodmother, and they just panic, right? There's nothing that they can do. These are heroes that want to go in and out of fights, sniping heroes, and when you drop that arena, there's just no chance.
They want to take more here on Beast Coast, but they have no vision. They don't know exactly where the enemy team is. They figure they're somewhere around the triangle, but you get a sick initiation off here on Beast Coast. You have arena, no RP, but I feel like you don't even need RP at this point.
And Vizlesh here, he's gonna find the bristleback. Ooh, Leshrac on the backside is gonna walk right into this Dark Willow. Whisper again trapped inside the arena, doing actually pretty well for himself, able to dodge out this spear. And on the backside, Duster just kiting out Mariano's BKB with that cold embrace. Stinger also kiting out Leo and Leshrac. All right, this fight's real bizarre. Mid lane, he just cuts his losses, just gonna TP back. Leshrac wants to fight. It's the second time they've just been baited by Stinger's Coddle, like chasing him all over the place.
I mean, it's hard to get your hands on this guy. He's got BKB, Boots of Travel, Bloodstone. I mean, he's never running out of mana. He's just able to exist all over the map. He's going for a Blink Dagger and a Shiva's Guard next. It's going to be even harder to catch this guy. They need to be careful right now. Magnus has RP back up. They could turn this around in an instant, just end the game if they die on their side of the map. Well, these waves are pushed in. But Whisper hasn't gotten to do his thing for like the last 10 minutes. Again, as soon as these Blink Daggers came out in the Furia heroes, their game is just ended. They don't have any information about where these enemies are. They still have Aegis available for another like 3 minutes. Leshrac could just YOLO it, run straight into the enemy team, and get followed up with an arena RP. I feel like they could win off of that one.
I think they need to get this top lane pushed in, right? They want to be able to take over the triangle, but they're just going to smoke and run in anyway, and Mariano's the first one they're going to find. There's the RP. He actually gets forced out for a moment, but the Split Earth still comes out in time. A nice attempt there from Stinger once again as he gallops away on his horse. They just call GG. They actually tap out.
Well, there's just nothing they're able to do. I mean, they're only 16k net worth up at 26 minutes, but it feels like there's no way to get back into it. I mean, Silver Edge was eventually going to come out for the Bristleback. The Broodmother felt useless at this point in the game because they had Blink Daggers and all these AoE clear spells. They didn't come online with their builds fast enough.
Yeah, this was a really sick draft here by Furia. Honestly, I think a lot of this comes down to the Mars, like just letting this hero through, giving them that comfort hero, and a way of shutting down so many different heroes on the side of Beast Coast. Like they hate playing inside of an arena. This is just a really good draft. Sexy Fat finishes 8-0 and 12, dude. This is like perfect for him.
Yeah, the Mars was way too good to give up here, and you know, you're going for something a little bit different. But I think picking up this Broodmother this early without without banning out too many of the counters to it, you know, Sexy Fat having like the perfect game this time around and not winning hard enough in the mid lane against that Leshrac, it really cost them. I don't like it. Just started going wrong from the start of this game. I mean, yes, the Bristleback was kind of keeping up for net worth the first 10 minutes, but he wasn't able to do it all by himself. Too easy for him, them to kite around these team fights, and there's so much AoE damage coming out from Furia as well. They just got to play the map too well. They got to play the team fights too well. And yeah. Broodmother, you need this hero to make space for you and like force someone or like multiple heroes over to your side of the map. But they just came over every so often. Once the Blink Daggers were done, it's a quick cleanup and then going back to business, clearing out the mid tower, cleaning up some of these enemy kills.
Yeah, they had so much catch from different angles, right? Like anytime this Broodmother wants to try and play, you know, deep in the lane, but try and go in and out of the trees, you're going against a Hoodwink, a hero that loves playing in and out of the trees. And then you've got a Mars, of course, with a Blink Dagger. You got a Magnus with a Blink Dagger, these RPs, the skewers, anything just to set up kills on any hero that they find. I mean, Schofield on the Dark Willow just had such an abysmal game. I mean, every single hero on the side of Furia has ways of catching you. And he finishes 0 and 10 as a result. Just really unfortunate for Dark Willow. But it's just game one, right? We got a game two coming up here in just a moment. And this is going to be, you know, again, Beast Coast versus Furia. Now, Neph, any thoughts before we throw it to a quick break?
You know, good showing here by Furia. Beast Coast, a little bit underwhelming. Hopefully they take some of this and go for a more traditional carry in this next game. I like what they tried to do here, but with the Broodmother, you can't just first pick that and expect them not to go for all these counters. So I think they went too all in on that one, thinking that, okay, maybe Bristleback will just completely pop off in the bottom lane, but it didn't end up being enough. More stuns in game number 2, and I guess something more like a hard carry from the bottom lane, TBPL, I think is something they should go for.
Right on. I feel it. All right, everyone. Stay tuned for game number 2 here between Furia and Beast Coast. This is the Loop Bet Pro Series Season 7. We'll see you after the break.